Hey folks, excuse the little blackout there. That 2 second blackout for a moment. Lance, Legion, Miasmus, Lucifertarian Outlaw, Nihilist, Libertarian Outlaw, Heretic here once again. And this is going to be a little bit of a departure from my usual videos. Just a little quick little, I guess, fun video. All my videos I'd like to think are fun in a lot of ways, but I got some questions asked about the jewelry I wear, the bling I wear, if you will. I collect this stuff, so I won't be able to show everything I wear. But you notice I wear some bling, to use the term, in there in my videos. You know, us metalheads and biker types and all that, we do like to wear flash, as we call it, on whether it's on our cuts, our vests, our ink. I got a lot of ink, at least on my arms I do. Or, jewelry. Now, as you saw, the two skulls at the beginning, basically, the one I have on right now, I have two of them here at my disposal. You see this one up close, like I just showed you. This is a pretty big size fucking skull there. Now, if you can see it, it's stainless steel, and I only wear stainless steel jewelry. I used to wear silver, years ago, but it would get bent and, tarnish and all that, and pewter just... Yeah, I mean, that shit's so brittle and it breaks after a while. But stainless steel like this, 316L, it will last for fucking ever. But as you can see there, this one, his mouth moves. And he's got, like, little black, I guess, jewels in his eyes. And as you can see, he's got a cracked skull there. Or he's a cracked skull, I should say. Very Halloween-esque. This one is. And I have a similar one that I wear. His mouth moves too. And, he has, hollow eyes, I guess you can see through. Kind of like this design here with flames going on his head. And his mouth moves, like I just said. And bottom there. And he's a good size too. Again, 316L stainless steel. It'll last forever. And then I have another one of my favorites. This one here, a little bit smaller than the other ones, but still, as you can see, a perfectly round skull. He's also got flames on his head. And there's a neat little homage on this one. If you look, the A on his forehead, that is an homage to the company Alchemy Gothic. I don't even know if they're still around or not. I think they are, but they made a lot of like gothic and morbid imagery inspired jewelry in the 90s and the 80s. Maybe they were around in the 70s. I'm not sure, but I know they're around in the 80s and 90s. I think they're based out of England, and that's what the homage is. I don't think that this was made by that company. It could be, but that's what the homage is there. It could mean A for anarchy, but no, the A is done exactly the same as the Alchemy Gothic jewelry that you see. Go Google Alchemy Gothic and you'll see what I'm talking about. Again, 316L stainless steel. It's perfect. It'll last forever. And then this one here is another one that I wear from time to time. Now, this one is very, very heavy. You can see, or hear and see, rather, that, and it's a perfectly round skull. You can see bottom there, here, all of that. And that's definitely like some old school, like 80s thrash, early black metal kind of shit that you wear, like what bikers would wear back in the day. Like to wear flash. And another one I wear, and this one I just acquired recently. Pretty neat looking skull. Looks like he's got some like cracks on the side there, like he giving the impression that he's been rotting for a while. And you see the, that just ghastly, lowering of the eyes. It's a very menacing looking skull. And then I have this one, which is very big, as you can see. Compare it like, having on like that. You've seen me wear this one in my other videos as well. And that's what he looks like. He's got like paint on him to give the, to give the impression that it's some kind of like part of like a ritual type skull and all that, or a tribal thing. And if you look there, look at the little hook. It's got a skull on it right there, as you can see. And it's big. And there is a smaller version of that one that you've seen me wear in videos. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see, right over here. Yeah. Him is the smaller. See, he's a little bit smaller. Just have them side by side as a comparison here. Like that. See? So, it's like a little brother or something. And I also, of course, can't tell, wear rings. I have been wearing rings for a very, very long time. And necklaces, too. I've been wearing this kind of stuff since I was a teenager. And the rings I have on currently, just go ahead and show you. This one is one of my favorite rings. It's a skull, and it's got like a little kind of like burst there with a face peering through it. It gives off kind of a celebration of the dead kind of vibe. It's almost like the Mexican Day of the Dead, but it's more of just like a celebration of death. And the symbolism in this particular ring, it's not a celebration of death in a negative, in a negative way, in a positive way. It's a very spiritual minded, like I talked about in a lot of my videos, like on nihilism and Satanism and Luciferianism and all that, and the unlight. It's about finding strength in the darkness. But also, it's got, like, if you can see it there, that face peering out from the skull's head. It's also the fact that I am very of a thinker too. I have a lot of philosophical tendencies and all that, the tendencies of a philosopher and what have you. So the symbolism there, and as you can see, it's very detailed. It's got the cracks there on the side, and it's I have this ring in several different sizes. I wear it on different fingers. It's always been a favorite of mine. And then this one right here, look at the band on that. It's made of teeth, and then there he is with the fangs. It reminds me of the Danzig skull without the horns. As you know, the Danzig skull is part of what inspired my club's logo, partly. Obviously it looks very different, but it's what gave us the idea. One of my favorites in this one right here. Look how big that one is. It's almost as big as those finger armor things that you'd see Gothic people wear back in the 90s and the 80s, and I even still see it today. But, look, very close there. He's kind of got the, the design there, giving off a ghastly impression. Very voodoo New Orleans kind of, and me being a Louisiana boy, that works out just fine. And you can I don't know if you can see it, but look, there's little piles of skulls on the side of him here. You probably see it better on this side. Yeah, if you look, piles of skulls there. These stainless steel rings are highly detailed and all of that, and they're cheaper usually, depending on where you buy them. Now, the obvious question is, where do you get all this stuff? Well, online, I go online to Amazon, yeah, and just type in, large stainless steel skull pendant for the necklaces, and you'll get all kinds of shit that comes up. Now, a lot of these, you do have to order directly from China. It's a Chinese seller that's selling these items, so it does take a little while to get to you, about 2 weeks, since it's shipping directly from China. But there are some American sellers that are, domestic, that sell, so when you order it, it'll ship to you quicker. But I've only had one issue ordering it from overseas where, they didn't tell me that it was out of stock before I ordered it, and I was waiting and waiting, and they even had a shipping number for the package, but it apparently never shipped, but they refunded me and all that. So they're easy to work with. Just go on Amazon. You can Google too. And the rings, the most I paid for a stainless steel skull ring, I think, was $30. But most of these I've paid probably in the $15 to $20 range. There is a local, there are some local sellers. I don't know, like in your particular town, that may have stainless steel skull rings. Spencer Gifts has some stainless steel skull rings, but they're not, they don't have a wide selection. Plus, they still have a lot of pewter jewelry, and they definitely don't have stuff like this in there. They should. It should be easier to acquire this stuff, but for some reason, it actually is hard to find. You have to look online. Now, as you can tell, I tend to like the more bigger, almost gaudy stuff. But, depending on the mood, I do, like I showed you that one little smaller skull necklace earlier. I do like the smaller stuff from time to time. Just so the design looks sick. It looks cool. I mean sick as in looks cool. Sick. Like awesome. Like badass. Just so it doesn't look like some shitty, what's an example? Like, you see, like a Hello Kitty skull or something. I just can't really think of any examples at the moment. But like the kind of crappy skulls you would see like on like a pop punk band's album, or something. I like the kind of skulls you'd see on an OMC patch or an MC patch in general, all MCs. A Motorcycle Club patch, or like, something you'd see on a Danzig album, or an old thrash record, or a death or black metal album, something very dark and occult kind of stuff, or, something that has that kind of look and vibe. That's what I like. But yeah, I mean, that's just the kind of stuff I wear. I was asked to speak about it, so I figured I'd do a little video about it, show you some of my collection. But yeah, if you're interested in buying that stuff, just look online, Amazon, check it out, and what have you, and go stainless steel. It is more durable, it won't tarnish, it'll last longer, really last you all your life, probably. So, well, I just wanted to share a little bit of that with y'all. So, once again, Lance Legion Miasmus. Check out my other videos. I recently uploaded, some lectures. I did my lectures on nihilism, and I uploaded my lecture on Satanism, Luciferianism versus the Statist Cathedral. So, look into that. But I just wanted to share a little bit about my jewelry, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you're interested, go check that stuff out on Amazon and all of that. Lance Legion Miasmus, hails.